$3.99 for a candy shop ringtone in 2005. Instant soul eviction in 2026. We used to pay $3.99 to flex that our phone could play 30 seconds of Candy Shop and polyphonic glory. Today that same ringtone hits and my soul leaves my body. Check this out. I found my old Verizon VX9800 going through some boxes and immediate soul eviction. That's what I mean. Ringtones used to be a flex, and now they're a jump scare. Back then, your ringtone was a social status. It told people who you were. Default ringtone? Simp. Go! Custom ringtone? You were either rich or you were just irresponsible with money. Most of us were the latter. And the worst part of it was, you never knew how loud it was going to be until it rang in the quiet place. A classroom, a waiting room, church. If my phone rang out loud in a quiet room today, I'd probably flee the state. And this is where ringtones stop being a phone feature and start being culture. Because it wasn't just music. There was music clips, comedy bits, sound effects, whole personalities. The real tell was the commercials. Like the little jumpy frog booger gremlin looking dude on TV, you know, the one that was going like a ring-a-ding-a-ding-ding-ding-dong, a ring-a-ding-a-ding-ding-ding-dong. That wasn't a ringtone. That was a meme. And then you had the people with the Cotton Eye Joe ringtone. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe. Which is not a ringtone. It's a social disturbance. That's somebody's phone turning a quiet room into a public event. And that's the point. Ringtones were our generation's meme culture. Before we had TikTok, Reels, or even a good reason to be loud in public. Your phone didn't ring, it performed. And here's the part that still blows my mind. We paid real money for this. Not a subscription, not a service, a sound. We were buying 30 seconds of noise like it was an upgrade to our personality. And the commercials made it feel urgent too. Every ad was basically like, everyone else has this ringtone, why don't you? It wasn't subtle marketing, it was peer pressure marketing. Like, you're behind, you're still on the basic tone? What are you, a bore? This was microtransactions before we had a word for microtransactions. Pay $3.99 now, feel special immediately. And it worked, because it wasn't about the ringtone, it was about being seen. And then things got worse. Because ringtones were optional. Text tones were constant. Ringtones meant someone was trying to reach you. Text tones meant that something just happened. Look, now. And your body learned that sound fast. You could be calm, relaxed, having a good day. Then, and your shoulders go up, your jaw tightens, your heart rate goes up. That's not a thought process. That's conditioning. That's Pavlov. But instead of a bell and a food, it's a beep and a mild panic attack. And the wild part? Sometimes there wasn't even a message. Phantom vibrations. Your phone didn't move, your body just assumed it did. That's when you realize your nervous system was reacting faster than your brain, which is why nobody uses ringtones anymore. Not because we're disciplined, not because we're mindful, but because we're anxious. Culturally, we decided we cannot handle that sound anymore. If your phone rings out loud now, people don't think, oh, someone's calling. They think, who left their dad in here? Only boomers still use ringtones. And they're not scared of anything. The rest of us, we've seen too much. Because a ringtone used to mean one thing. Now, it could be bad news. Work, drama, bills, the group chat blowing up, or a notification you didn't ask for, but now you're emotionally responsible for. So, we keep our phones on silent, not for peace, for survival. Because it's not just the phone anymore. It's texts, DMs, social media dings, videos that are 8 seconds long but somehow it's so exhausting. News from every angle, half of it terrifying, half of it probably fake, all of it loud. We are taking in more information before lunch than our grandparents did in a year. So yeah, of course we can't handle the ringtone. Our nervous systems are already maxed out. And I don't think the answer is to live in the woods and throw your phone in a river. I think the signal is simpler than that. If this entire generation silently agreed that we don't want to hear all that noise anymore, that might be our cure. Not to be unreachable, but to start turning down the noise. Because when everything is urgent and nothing actually is. If your soul keeps leaving your body every time something dings, that's not a weakness. That's information. Ringtones used to be a flex, right? But now they're a hate crime against my cortisol levels. Turn your phone on silent and save a life. Yours. And hey, what was your ringtone back in the day? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe if your nervous system also can't do 2005 anymore. Milty don't quit, and you don't either. Love you guys.